Good morning, all, and welcome to our assembly this morning, which is based around Bracknell, Berkshire, and the local labour market information. We're required to talk to you and let you know about the jobs that are available, the kind of careers that you can have that are here now for people that you might recognise because they might be careers that members of family or friends are in, but also to let you know where the emerging job market is going to be and the kind of careers that you will yourself be looking to take part in because of what's developing and how careers are changing. So the purpose of this presentation is for schools and young people to understand the current landscape of the job market, jobs that are required in Berkshire now and in the future, technical skills that will be required now, soft skills will be required now, and the impact, and this is quite important actually, the impact of COVID-19 on the job market in Berkshire, because it has, as we are all aware of what we've been through, pretty much impacted the jobs that are available and how the jobs are changing over the next few years. This slide here kind of just shows you the different job sectors that are available within Berkshire and within the Thames Valley area. I just want to bring your attention to the middle here where it says information and communication. And as you can see, the light blue column is the percentage of jobs in Thames Valley, Berkshire, compared to the dark blue column, which is the percentage of jobs in Great Britain. In the area that we are, digital technology accounts for 13% of all employees within Thames Valley, Berkshire. It's a huge area of employment, and that's because of where we sit. We have Reading on one side and London on the other, and so we pretty much have got some of the major national and international hubs of commerce and industry and science sitting right around us. So that's kind of the places where people are working. You can see if we go below that middle area down to wholesale and retail trade, repair of motor vehicles, also a really high one for us in Bracknell and Berkshire, but it is also nationally. And then if we go further up towards this area here, professional, scientific and technical activities, as we can see here, the scientific area is significantly higher around here. What does this tell us? This tells us that actually there's more jobs within where you live in scientific, technical areas, much more IT based and digital literacy jobs. And you also have a large amount of your standard kind of perhaps more traditional wholesale, retail, trade and repair and motor vehicle kind of jobs as well. So we've got two different markets that are available for you. The traditional roles, such as the retail and the trade and the cars and those kind of areas, but we also have the new digital literacy roles coming through, and so a real choice available to you. And these are some of our leading employers. As I said, we have London on one side and Reading on the other. There's nowhere else in the country outside of London that has as many national and international companies working or providing employment as there is within the Berkshire area that you live. As it says there, Berkshire has the highest proportion of foreign-owned companies in the UK, and these companies employ nearly a third of the private sector workforce here. So 1 in 3 people will work for one of these big companies. Now that talks about private sector. And so you've also, as you can see here, you've got the NHS here, which is a big employer in the local area for people interested in healthcare and that whole kind of like medical field. But we've also got lots of colleges, universities and different areas where you can get involved in education too. So if we break down, if you like, what kind of opportunities are available to you, which are STEAM. And so you might be more familiar with the term STEM, but STEAM actually is science, technology, engineering, arts and maths. So you're looking at 18%. So that's just under a fifth of the amount of people who live in the Berkshire area will go into work in one of these sectors. So if you're looking at that being a fifth, that's kind of if you're in a class of 30 now, you know, you're looking at about 1 in 5, 1 in 6 of you kind of working within these areas. You've got science, marketing, engineering and creative as the 4 smaller branches there. But as you can see, digital tech is over 54%. So well over half of the jobs, or 57%, sorry, well over half of the jobs available within this STEAM area are within digital technology. And it's just a reflection about the kind of employers that are in the area and how employment will change with with COVID around and how different jobs, what kind of jobs are available to you. Qualification levels in Berkshire. So a high percentage of the Berkshire population has degrees, 2 or more A-levels and 5 or more GCSEs at grade 9 and 4 than nationally. So we can see that we're pretty close to national levels, but we're just above 5 or more GCSEs, as we can see here. Okay, we are just above the amount of 2 or more A-levels, and we're just above degree or high level. Trade apprenticeships down here, we are just below. So the only area that Berkshire doesn't overtake national figures is within trade and apprenticeships. But there's a lot of work going on at the moment trying to promote those through colleges and through universities and other ways to support you with the kind of careers that you may be interested in taking if A-levels isn't an option for you. So, key facts. Approaching 2/3, so 63% of all jobs in Berkshire require mid-level qualification, while 32% of jobs within the area require a degree. So if you can see in the middle here, we've got this oval here. This is what is classed as a mid-level qualification. So if you've got 5 good GCSEs, or you've kind of got 2 A-levels or the equivalent through doing a BTEC or another course, this is where the vast majority of the jobs in the area are sitting for the qualification level. Some people go on to do degrees, and there are jobs available to do degrees. The green column shows you the amount of residents with that, amount of people who live in Berkshire with that qualification, and the blue column shows you the amount of jobs involved. So we always have, if you like, a population in Berkshire that's more than qualified because we've got higher green bars to be able to take these roles. And we've highlighted over here the jobs that require the mid-level qualifications. And this might be something that you'll be thinking, okay, that's an area that I'd quite like to work in. So we're talking about hotel and catering, chefs, teaching assistants, office managers, electricians, IT support technicians, social care roles, healthcare roles, lorry drivers, estate agents, business sales execs, and retail workers. So a huge variation of careers and opportunities there, which sit within that mid-level qualification area, which is, as I said, where 63% of the jobs available to the market are there. So lots of you will work within those areas. But if we look at the most common industries for young workers in Berkshire 2019, and so the reason we're looking at 2019 here is because that's the last year really. Last year we can't really use data from because it was so disrupted. And as it says there with a key fact, the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in the most common industry for young workers in Berkshire, which was distribution, hotels and restaurants, being severely negatively impacted by forced closures due to lockdown measures. So most of the traditional jobs kind of that would have been in place perhaps aren't there at the moment. So let's look at some of the others within 2019. You had distribution, banking, finance and insurance, public admin, education and health. Other services around the public services, transport, communication, manufacturing and construction. So what are the current challenges in the job market? Approaching 1 in 5 organisations are recording skills deficiencies, and 1 in 3 job vacancies are hard to fill. And there are concerns regarding supply and demand for skills at level 3 and apprenticeship roles. And so what we're looking at is a case where we have lots of gaps out there, and what we're trying to do is identify how we can skill you up to make sure that you are able to get into those jobs. Because as we say, there's 17% of organisations record skill deficiencies, and that's 33%, that's 5,600 job vacancies are hard to fill. And there's a potential mismatch between the supply of and the demand for skills at level 3 for engineering, construction and digital technologies and job families. And so our job at the moment is to look at where the current market is going and make sure that you have the skills that you need to be able to fulfill those jobs, to get yourself a job when you leave education. The potential gaps are in apprenticeships, provisions in business, admin, subjects, engineering, health, education, construction and creative industries. This will be going on for the next 5 to 7 years. So everyone from year 7 to 11, this impacts you upon the kind of careers that are out there. And here we see the skills or skill sectors and the companies of the future. So the jobs which are in short supply. We've already identified digital skills. Okay, and around here, that's a big career area. So knowing that you have your strong digital skills is important. Engineering, sales, healthcare, public services, marketing, scientific, project management, and entrepreneurialism. All these areas here are in short supply, and they're all not national, but within the Berkshire area. And the sectors and companies needing workers in the future, sectors would go first. Obviously, we've already said digital tech services, engineering, life sciences, construction, social care, hospitality, transport, and distribution. And the kind of companies are your mid-market firms, and so your fairly big firms, your scale-ups, which are firms which are trying to grow themselves, your startups, which are firms which are very new, public services, which is hospitals, police force, fire services, those kind of areas. So lots and lots of opportunities there. And all I'm trying to do today in the 10, 11 minutes we've got is just to let you know where we are locally compared to nationally, the kind of jobs that are out there, especially if we think about our STEM opportunities, our digital skills and our digital literacy. So that as you go through school and we try and support you in different areas within your career understanding, you can make the right decisions for your next step. Okay, thank you very much.